And today we're tackling, when he calls your name, we're saying he calls you to worship him. There is a word, there's a Greek name called proskuneo. So it's proskuneo. So proskuneo. Now, this is, the word proskuneo literally means to move towards. Pros means proceeding, moving towards something. And kuneo means to kiss. When you look into the medieval times, when a man was made a lord or king, that man would bow by the king. The man would then bow before the king. So you would go. So when you are knighted to be lord, so you would go before the king, take his hand, the back of his hand, and you would kiss it. When we give, as human beings, we give most of the times that we be remembered for our giving. Mary doesn't do that, doesn't coach Jesus on how. And mind you, Jesus was very cognizant of the fact that even if he was given pure nard perfume, which will last him a year, he didn't have a year. So to speak, he was on deathbed. He was being anointed for death. So he knew. He had told his disciples they had denied that he was going to die. Mary, out of her own way of worshiping Christ, she does not ask Jesus to put tabs on or perfume around him, but pours the whole pure nard on his feet. Now, you've got to understand feet from a Jewish perspective. Feet is not a place that you admire. That's why Jesus washes his disciples' feet later on. Why? It was the worst thing that you could do. It was a role that was designated to slaves. It was the dirtiest aspect of a human body as far as what was supposed to be washed in a days. So you would have to wash the feet, clean them up. That's why even in the Middle Eastern custom, if people take out their shoe and hit you with their shoe, it is a curse. It is the worst part. The desire of the heart is what drives us. Whatever we desire as a human is what leads us to take the action that we do. Our desires determine our decisions and the choices we make. Our character and how we respond to those around us comes from the desires we have. Originally, before the fall of man, man's heart was in a perfect unison with God. And so man would walk in unity with God. When Adam and Eve rebelled, guess what happened? That was broken. When we worship God, we need to understand where we're coming from. At a generational level, we come from an apostasy generation level. This is a fallen generation. A generation that subscribes to religion, a generation that subscribes to godliness, but denying the power of God in the process. A generation that wants something that it can hold on to, that subscribes to idolatry, but does not want to learn what true worship of God is. So it's an apostasy. Once you understand the place, the generation you're walking, it helps you to detach yourself from the isms of that generation and move in. Like the sons of Issachar, you should also understand what is the prevailing spirit in the area, in the country that you're in. Now, our generation is a celebrity-seeking generation. We are looking for somebody who can save us. We focus on personalities because we think that they themselves will save us. And therefore, we will quickly shift our focus on Jesus and are immediately focusing on an individual. And at the end of the day, it's easier to worship something you can see and touch. Therefore, we have celebrity pastors, we have celebrity apostles, we have celebrity politicians, we have celebrity business people, we have celebrity civic leaders, because our generation is very quick to shift their focus from God and to something that they can touch and feel. That's why it's difficult for us to be in unison in worship in this room sometimes, because we want to quickly connect to the praise and worship team and see whether they're singing the song that I like. But when the music fades, when all you hear is a joyful noise and the lyrics are all messed up, when the C minors and the G, whatever it is that these guys will be, when they don't coordinate and you find yourself caught up, not because of the lyrics and the music, but you find yourself caught up in the one who you are focused on, literally pushing the rest aside. You realize that, no, man, you can carry on, do what, and you're not caught up with the guy next door who is doing whatever they are doing because they have not caught up to this wonder. We come to worship God because sometimes because of the needs that are in our lives. I'm talking about heart's desires here. People will be in tears up front here or wherever you are. Not so much that you're overwhelmed to see the Maker, the one who's created heaven and earth, and all you're doing is you are saying, I am proskuneo. I am coming to surrender myself before you. I'm not coming to get, I'm coming to give worship. So when you worship, what makes you cry? Is it because you're remembering the problems and the struggles you're having? Or because you have seen greater light and you say, look, when the music fades, I don't care where I am right now. I don't care what I am up to. I don't care what I don't have. I don't care what I've been up to. Guess what? I've seen him. He's called my name. He has called my name. When he walks into the Garden of Eden, he says, Adam, where are you? It's not because God was saying, I don't find you. He's saying, you would have seen me anyway. What have you focused on? He hadn't left the place. By the way, Adam was not in another garden. So you could be literally in this church. Same place. But your mind and your heart is completely away from it. And God is asking, where are you? It's not because physically you have left somewhere. He says, look, your focus is elsewhere. Has there been a revelation in you that has moved you away from me? There is no connection here. He's called us to worship him. Let me sing a little bit. I like the worship at BCC. It makes me really feel. My friends, it's not about a feel. This is not a feel. It is when you say, I don't care. I actually don't have bus fare. I don't care. Jesus, you are here. I'm just here to worship you. I could literally walk out of this room back home, and I literally don't care if anybody does not recognize that I don't have money. I will walk back here because I have seen him, and you have called my name. You have called my name. You must get to that place, my brother, my sister. Get to the place where it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. You come because I'm broke. The pastor will pray for me. I will get something. This God must be. God is not transactional. He is relational. We are not in a buying and selling game with God. We're not buying something from Him and selling. We are here to relate with Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore. Oh, come. Oh, yes, guys. This is the place where if you've never caught on to understand that we don't come just to get nice nuggets about how to get rich. Oh, yes, come, just adore